Hey guys, it's Pat, and welcome back to another custom LEGO minifigure showcase. This time I have Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, U.S. Agent / John Walker, and Sentry from the Thunderbolts or the new Avengers. Now, before I get into the actual showcase, I would like to apologize for not uploading in a month. Again, I am sorry. I have no excuse except for the fact that I've been trying to upload this one video for about a month now, and I don't know why it's not uploading. I've done everything I could to make it upload, but it's just not working. So I said to hell with it, and the solution I came up with was to record and post this video, because I know for a fact that this video will upload faster than the other one that I've been trying to upload. And also, I wanted to make this video because I've been meaning to ever since I saw the Thunderbolts and or new Avengers. I've been meaning to make this video for quite a while now, but the figures were not finished until right before I started recording. And as you can see, I did not make all of the figures. I did not make all of the characters. I only made the characters that stood out to me, and also I didn't make all of the characters because I don't have the pieces readily available. I only had these pieces readily available. But these characters stood out to me the most in the movie, especially Sentry. He was absolutely awesome in the movie. And I know, yeah, again, I know this video's late, but I wanted to get it out. And before you ask in the comments, yes, I will be making a Fantastic Four First Step showcase as well. I don't know when that's going to happen. Maybe after I get the Lego set, because I have my Fantastic Four over here, but I want to make them more movie accurate, so I might have to snag the Lego set and just use the pieces from that to do that. But First Step showcase is coming. I don't know when, but for now, let's get into this video, starting off with Yelena Belova. So here is Yelena Belova, and I'm starting with her because, honestly, I think she was really, really cool in the movie, and even though she's not technically the leader, I'd say Bucky is really the leader of the Thunderbolts in the movie, but I think she is definitely, like, the main character, one of the main characters in the story. Doesn't necessarily revolve around her, but she does play a huge part in it. And plus, I actually started on her first, so I wanted to show her off first, just because she's the most simple, and of course I want to save the best for last, which is Sentry. But yeah, as you can see, the hairpiece is actually Luke Skywalker's hairpiece from. I got this hairpiece from Obi-Wan's hut set from, I want to say 2019 or 2021, because I think this really does match Florence Pugh's hairstyle in the movie, and I just think it looks a lot like her. And speaking of pieces for Star Wars, the head I use is actually Rey's head from just the Rey minifigure, or the multiple Rey minifigures that were made, and because I think that looks a lot like Florence Pugh from the movie, and yeah, I think these two pieces go really well together to match the look of Florence Pugh from the movie. And since these are so small, I can just kind of talk about them now. I don't remember if she actually used like batons in the movie, but I gave them to her anyway. These are just Lego like rod pieces that I cut down to make them a bit shorter. Yeah, I just put them on her because she did have them in the movie. I don't remember if she used them in the movie or not, but she did have them. So I just gave them to her here as like her main accessory, and then I also gave her a gun because she did use a gun in the movie. And this gun was actually a Lego Star Wars blaster that I cut everything off with to make it look like just a standard pistol that she did use in the movie. This is based off of her suit from the end of the movie. Even though I think it's like a more like olive green. I saw it as like a dark gray. But so this is what I made. The torso was just a standard dark gray torso with all the detail you see here, done in Sharpie actually, and not I didn't paint any of it. I did all of it in Sharpie. Like this top like collar part, and also the back like with the holsters, which I'm actually pretty proud of this the back of the torso here. And you can see I did the straps and here there and there in silver, and it kind of goes around to the back where she has they're supposed to be like her baton holsters. And the arms and legs are actually from one of the most recent versions of Black Widow, I believe, I think from 2021, I think is where I got these arms from. And I think it's pretty appropriate because she is like the new Black Widow, I guess. She was trained in the Red Room with, of course, her sister Natasha. And if you guys didn't know, Yelena is actually Natasha's sister, which is actually kind of cool. We find that out in the Black Widow solo movie, which was actually really, really good. But yeah, I just think Yelena was really, really cool in this movie, and I'm excited to see more of her in the MCU. But yeah, I'm actually gonna put the batons back in her hand. Nope, that's not right. I'm gonna put the batons back in her hand just so I can say that I did. And yeah, then that is Yelena Belova, aka I guess we can call her Black Widow now, aka the Black Widow. The next figure up is John Walker, aka the U.S. Agent. Now, I actually really like John Walker in the movie. I think he was fantastic in the movie, and I think he's just a pretty neat character all around. You know, he was very, 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 very hated, or I should say, the actor Wyatt Russell was very, 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 very hated when he first showed up in the MCU in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But I think since then fans have really grasped onto him as an actor, especially playing this character. And I think this character is quite interesting. He's not obviously he's not like Steve Rogers or Sam Wilson. He's not like them. He's kind of his own. He is a super soldier, and he is arguably the strongest super soldier, but I think that title goes to Steve Rogers, but whatever. Here's the figure. And I'm going to get this out of the way now. The shield was actually just a Captain America shield, or I think it was like a Knight shield or something. It's the same mold as Captain America shield. And as you can see, I did the red and the black in Sharpie, but I actually intentionally left this silver ring you see. I intentionally left it blank because that is actually how the shield appears in the movie. I know there is a white the white ring that goes around the red, but I have no idea how I could have done that. So I just did this, and as you can see, I added a whole bunch of like battle damage and scars and scrapes to it to make it look more realistic and to make it look more how it actually looked in the movie. And I think it actually turned out really, really cool. But now I'm actually going to take that away so I can show the other accessory, which is his gun, and it's the same way that I made Yelena's gun. I took a Lego Star Wars blaster and I cut off the scope, the front of it and the back of it to just make it look like a standard pistol. And now getting to the actual figure itself, this figure is actually pretty simple to make. The hairpiece, I got it from this Hawkeye from the Lego Marvel Collectible Minifigure series. But it has since appeared on Hue and Torch in the new Fantastic Four set. But I have it in dark tan to kind of match his hair in the movie. And the head is ironically enough it's actually from Bucky Barnes and Star-Lord and Owen Grady. You know, this head you've seen it millions of times before. I think it actually looks a lot like how Wyatt Russell looked in the movie, and I think it just looks I think it looks a lot like Wyatt Russell in Lego, which was what I was trying to go for. And the rest of the figure is actually pretty simple. The torso is actually a Captain America torso, and I think it's from I think I used the Avengers Endgame Captain America torso, or or I think it might have been the zombie Captain America torso. But as you can see, I left the front, like the bottom, like the this part, and also the straps, and oh yeah, it was a zombie Captain America torso. The straps and the belt in the back here, I left them blank intentionally because that's how it looks in the movie. And basically his suit in the movie is his Captain America suit from Falcon and Winter Soldier, just obviously heavily modified to make it look more like a U.S. agent suit in the comics. And I think this is the best that I could do, given, it's Lego, you can only put so much on the torso. But yeah, and on all the straps up here were in brown initially, but I went over them with silver. And also the holster back here, I went over that with silver too, and actually left the actual clip holster part blank, just to leave that detail there, because it's actually a pretty cool detail. And the arms are just black arms with bright red hands attached to them, because he does have red gloves in the movie. I think he has fingerless gloves in the movie, but you can't do that in Lego, so I went with this. And the legs are just regular black legs. So that's actually it for U.S. Agent. He's a really basic figure to make, but I thought he was really, really cool in the movie. And I wonder if we're going to see more of him in the MCU. I think it would be really cool to see more of him in the MCU, especially since he's part of the new Avengers and all that. So yeah, that's it for John Walker. Next up is Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, aka the White Wolf, aka whatever. He has a lot of nicknames, I know, but it was really cool to see Bucky in the movie and actually take charge and lead the new Avengers. But I think it was really cool to see him back, especially, given his history with John Walker and kind of all of that in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I just think it was really cool to see Bucky back. I'm excited to see more of him in this new role in the MCU. But I'm going to get this out of the way now. The gun, this big gun that I put on him, is actually... It's actually composed of several pieces. The base of it was just like the standard, I guess, like space gun or whatever, with this top part sharpened in black, and also the end of the barrel here done in black. And attached to it is black lightsaber hilt, as well as a black Lego handpiece to make it look like the magazine. And he did wield a gun similar to this in the movie, which was pretty cool. It was cool to see Bucky kind of going back to his Winter Soldier roots, while of course fully being in control of his actions. But I just thought that was really cool to see. And taking the gun away so you can see the torso and all that, which has nothing on it, because it doesn't really have like an interesting outfit in the movie up until the very end, when he does actually get a new suit. But for the majority of the movie, he actually just wears a black jacket and a black T-shirt. So that's what I did. Just a plain black torso, nothing on it, nothing on the front or the back. But everything else, the head and the hair, or the head I actually got from Captain America from the Lego Avengers Infinity War sets, because he has that beard, and I think that looks a lot like how Sebastian Stan looked in the movie with the big beard. He didn't have like a huge beard like he had in Infinity War and Endgame, but this is the closest I could get. And the hair is this hairpiece. You've seen it millions of times. I actually got it from the Winter Soldier figure from Captain America Civil War, I believe, from 2016. Which this arm is actually from as well. Even though this is not the arm that he has in the movie, I don't have the arm from... I don't have the Falcon and Winter Soldier Bucky Barnes from the collectible minifigure series. So this is the closest I could get, and I didn't want to go through the trouble of making a whole new arm, because I knew it would just be a pain in the ass. So I just used this one. This is just the arm from that set, and I think it gets the job done. Even though it's not accurate, I don't really care. And the legs are actually really the only interesting thing on the figure. Also, I forgot to mention this arm, as you can see, it's like a short sleeve. So I colored one half of like a bare arm with black Sharpie to make it look like a short sleeve. I could have done that on the other side too, but I didn't want to ruin that arm because I think it's a cool piece. But the legs are, I think, probably the most interesting part on the figure, as I said before, because there's like holster detail and shoes paint Sharpied on here, and all that was done with a silver Sharpie, and I think that actually looks pretty cool and close to what Bucky actually wore in the movie, or at least up until the after credit scene when he actually got a new suit. But yeah, that's it for Bucky Barnes. And I thought he was really cool in the movie, and I'm glad to see him take like this leadership role, like within the New Avengers and kind of leading them. And I wonder where it's going to go with Sam, Captain America, and in like him forming the New Avengers. I wonder where it's going to go, but I think it's going to be cool. And yeah, that's it for Bucky Barnes. And the final figure in this showcase, I think I definitely saved the best for last. Here is Robert Reynolds, a.k.a. Sentry. Now, he was really, really cool in the movie. I think he was easily one of the best parts of the movie. And he was just so fucking cool in the movie. And, yeah, I think he was definitely my favorite part of the movie. And I was just going to do him by himself, but I had the other figures here to go with him, so I thought I might as well just put them all together. But yeah, here is Sentry. Now the hair, I actually stole it from the old 2012 Thor from the original Lego Avengers sets. Because I think it looks a lot like it looks a lot like his hair in the movie. So because his hair is not too long in the movie, but it's also not too short in the movie. So this is this is the solution that I came up with. The head is actually from Draco Malfoy from the Lego Harry Potter Room of Requirement set, or the most recent version of the Room of Requirement from the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Because I think that looks a lot like Lewis Pullman in the movie. And of course I have, he does like the alternate facial expression, but he never really made this face, at least until he became, Void. But yeah, I think that looks a lot like Lewis Pullman in the movie, and yeah, the cape is just a blue cape. I think I actually got it from Valkyrie. I think from the Lego Thor. No, from the Lego Avengers Endgame, or one of the Endgame sets. I could have used another cape. Probably could have used a darker blue cape, but this is the only blue cape that I actually had available, and it is a new cape with the. If I actually take it off, you can see it has a single hole, which it's kind of a pain in the ass to put on, but and I took the cape off to show you the rest of the figure. Now the torso and legs are actually from the Thanos Gamora from the Lego Marvel Collectible Minifigure series, and as you can see on the front of it here, I painted his logo. First I Sharpied a black circle on it. And I tried my best to paint his belt buckle in gold, and I think it actually turned out looking really, really cool. Of course, it's not exactly how the S on his belt appeared in the movie, but I think it looks really cool, and I think I actually based this S off of I think it's still from the comics. So this figure is kind of based off of his MCU look. But also kind of based off of, his various comic looks kind of thrown together. But yeah, I think that actually turned out looking really, really cool. And I actually as you can see, here's the back of the torso. It's just it didn't change. And actually Sharpied black boots on there as well, because he does have boots in the movie. And the arms, I think I swapped out for regular gold arms. And yeah, so that's actually it for Sentry. And again, I thought he was really, really cool in the movie. I'm excited to see more of him in the MCU. And I didn't know, I knew who Sentry was before I saw him in the movie, but after, seeing him in action in a live action movie, it was just really, really cool. And little bit of a lesson here. If you guys don't know who Sentry is, look him up, man. He is really cool. Basically basically he is Marvel's answer to Superman. He is as strong as Superman. He is as fast as Superman. But he can also turn into this thing called the Void, where he can turn people into shadows. And I don't know about you, but I think that's really fucking cool, man. Like I think that's really, really cool. And yeah, I'm glad to see Sentry in the MCU, and I'm hoping to see more of him in the MCU going forward. But yeah, that's actually it for Sentry. And now we are going to see all of the figures again before I go, because this is what I do. I don't know why I'm explaining it to you, but I'm going to stop right now. That is actually it for this showcase video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and share and follow me on both of my socials. Links are down in the description below. And please let me know what you thought of the figures in the comments down below. If you have any criticism or anything, I'd really support it. I'd appreciate it. I would support your criticism also. But yeah, I thought this movie was really, really cool. And I kept saying New Avengers because I guess it's kind of a spoiler, even though it's now being called the New Avengers. It's how it's being registered as now, like in theaters and all that. They basically did become the New Avengers at the end of the movie. It is kind of a spoiler, but it's also kind of not a spoiler because Marvel themselves on like the posters and all that changed it from the Thunderbolts to the New Avengers. So, and obviously, Red Guardian was not present, Ghost was not present, and Taskmaster was not present in this showcase. The reason being, I didn't have the pieces available to make them. Even though I thought Red Guardian and Ghost were really cool in the movie, I don't have the pieces readily available to make them. I only had the pieces to make these guys. And also, because I thought these guys were a lot cooler in the movie, especially Sentry back here. So I think Sentry was actually the first custom I made. I said that Yelena was the first one I started on, but if I remember right, Sentry was the first figure that I made for this showcase. Like as soon as I saw the movie, I got to work on Sentry, and then I pieced together all the other ones. But yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and share, and follow me on both my socials. Links are down in the description below. And please let me know what you thought of the figures in the comments down below as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Pat, signing off.